Tully. I've been taught how to drive this truck safely today. Before even thinking about getting into the car, you need to check the things around the car, tires.
It's a truck. It's not a car.
You're right. The force of habit. Check the tires on the truck. Check the wiring that's in above the steps, and make sure that nothing looks out of place. Check the bubble in the back. You called it a bubble, right? And then open up the hood and make sure that all the fluid levels are good. The ones in clear containers are a bit easier to tell without taking the dipstick out, but it's always helpful to take the dipstick out and check to make sure that
Engine oil.
any of the fluids that the truck needs are full. Make sure that the kill switch is off, or otherwise it won't start. After that, you get into the truck and you use the 3-point safety, both hands, one on the door, one on the handle, and then use the steps to get in. When you start the truck, you need to let it rev for a little bit and make sure that the air brakes get to 100 psi.
125.
125 psi. And when that happens, it'll go which will give you a good indicator. Make sure that all the gauges are working properly. Make sure that the parking brake is disengaged before you start moving. Make sure that all the mirrors are correct and you have a good view of everything everything that you'll need to see. And then past that, just while it's very helpful to also, before you get onto the actual road, try and make a circle wherever you are, or just do a small amount of driving to make sure that everything feels right and you have a good understanding of what it'll feel like to drive the truck further. And in case anything goes wrong, it will go wrong somewhere other than the road or highway, which would be more dangerous. Drive slowly, especially turns. You should probably be going 5 to 7 miles per hour while you're hitting them. You need to be very careful with the brakes, just like most brakes, but also because they're air brakes, they're a lot more receptive to touch, so you have to be really careful about that. It's helpful to keep your left foot on the floor pedal to give you a good idea of where the tire is in relation to you and the rest of the truck. And it's helpful to keep your right heel on the ground so that you don't slam on the gas or slam on the brakes too hard. If you keep your heel on the ground, then you'll move at a much more steady pace. While turning, you need to make sure that you're clear to merge. While you're merging, it's important to look at all the mirrors available to you to make sure that you're clear to merge. You can also use the shadow of the truck in a pinch if the sun is in the right spot.
The wheel movement with the shoulder, not with the
You don't want to be turning it like that. You want to use your whole shoulder.
Go ahead, turn the whole shoulder. Keep going like whole shoulder. Yeah, just like that. So that's your shoulder movement. Yeah. It's not the elbow, it's not the finger, it's not the thumb. Yeah.
And while you're reversing, it helps to keep one hand in the middle and turn that way.
Little bit. Not go too fast.
Yeah, so that you have good control over it and you can adjust as you need to.
What about the highway merging? How you look at it?
You need, right. While you're merging onto the highway, it's important to definitely go slow to avoid any issues, and then also just stay on the outside yellow line to the best of your ability to give yourself lots of space to maneuver through.
Oh, yeah.
Am I missing anything?
What about the reverse parking we learned?
Reverse parking. You need to, if you have a good idea of the length of the van or the truck,
Which is, we have that.
This truck is 72 feet.
Right.
Right. So you need to give yourself about 72 feet. And then if you're parking on the left, you have to turn the wheel all the way to the left. And then slowly let that get in there. And then give yourself a moment to stop once you're well on your way to being parked. And then straighten the wheel out. Give it a couple turns the other way. And then slowly back into the spot, completely straightened out. If you're a little off, you can always just pull back out and then readjust as needed. The same goes for the alternative, just instead you would be going to the right.
Okay, so now my turn to add something in it.
Okay.
So my name is Syed. Hold the camera. Today we did the first basic training. I come here on time and I show him briefly observation about the truck posture. Make sure he sees there's no flat tire. Make sure no leaking engine oil, transmission, radiator fluid on the ground. Make sure he circle around the whole truck, and then he find everything normal. It's not something has a issue with the suspension or flat tire or something uneven load in the truck which kind of caused the problem. Make sure the back door is latched, as nobody tried to get it in the night time, which is you never know somebody what did to the truck. You have to be careful about that. And the second thing, when you open the door, before you need to open the hood underneath there, we're looking for 4 or 5 basic things. Number one, we're looking for the radiator reservoir fluid. Make sure it's above certain limit, not on the sensor. Otherwise, if the fluid is reservoir is less to the sensor, it can stop the engine. That cannot be problem. Second thing, you have to put the engine dipstick pull out to check. Make sure is on the proper level, which is I look at it is brand new. Is everything in really good shape? It's not worried about right now, but it's make sure we have to check every day. The tire, engine, radiator fluid, power steering fluid, and the belt. In case the belt sometime has a issue, you cannot be having issue, cannot stop truck any condition. So when you get in this basic thing, checking on the hood and get in the truck and make sure you whatever the dead switch you have outside turn on, and give enough time to yourself to we call safe start to get in the truck. So make sure to get in step 1 and 2 and 3 follow. That's the way you get in, that's the way you get out. Otherwise you can get hurt. It's very important. I show you right now video how to get out and get in, so you exactly know. We talk about that. So this is the handle. You grab the handle when you're getting out. You put foot on the pedal because it's pretty hard, high, and you are almost like 6 feet high up in the air. You put one hand here, the other hand on the other grab handle, and move and turn the face backward like this way inside the cabin, not the other way around. That can make you trip if you go other way around. So you put the foot and then you walk backward like that and grab the handle tight. If you slip, it your foot broke, you can hurt your knee or your back or shoulder. It can happen very easily. Then you get it back like that. That's another grab here. Make sure grab it and step down like that easily. So that's the way you get out and safe free. And how you get in the truck, very important. You grab the same thing here, 1, 2, step 3, and then you come back again and do the same like you're going up the stair. Keep the door open just like that and come back in and slide in and hold the door. Don't let it go because you never know, anything gonna happen. So that's a safe start to get in. It's very important. Then you put the key and go ahead, turn on the key, turn off and turn on. Don't start.
Sorry.
Don't start. Just turn on. Okay. Make sure the dashboard, all the light, kind of go away. Give it a little time. We call safe start. Okay, now all the lights gone off. You can see it. Now you go ahead start. And now the PSI air pressure kind of building up. And I show you the push the button. Push the RPM 15.
I'm sorry?
15 RPM. Push
Oh,
the
right.
accelerator. No, you push the accelerator first. Here you go. Keep pushing up and up, and you're gonna go up to 15 RPM. It's gonna help you to build up the primary and secondary air brake. Okay?
Yeah.
And you're checking all the gauges. So very important. How much PSI you got right now?
Just under 120.
Yeah, see, when you hear the psst, we stop. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Good job. Just let it run. So far I took on the road, highway. I took on the highway today. We went to Route 28, then we went Route 66 West, and we went to Manassas, then we drive on Manassas town, city, then we come back to the same route to Dallas Airport, 66, and then Route 28, then we went to the Sterling Mall parking lot, and we learned how to do reverse parking with the backup camera, and make sure you make a proper turn and everything will be in control and keep your posture normal. That's all we did today. And the rest, he understands the mechanism of the truck, the sound. If you see anything concern, like a safety sticker, we have a safety sticker getting expired 12/23 end of this year. So make sure we get a new one before it gets expired. Because in case the cops stop you or something happen, that'd be not a good idea.
Don't want that.
That'd be insurance concern also.
Yeah.
We also keep the document insurance and driver license and the registration with us. Very important thing to have it. In case you need to make an emergency stop, you have a triangle in the truck. I don't see any triangle in the truck.
Oh.
And the safety jacket. I don't see. We need to get triangle put in the truck in case something happen. You see in the back seat somewhere?
No.
They should be having it.
No, it's pretty new, though they probably still need to get it.
So we had to have it in case it broke down. We had to have a safety 3 reflector. All right. So if the road is undivided and traffic coming both ways, you put one triangle at the front, 100, one on the back 10, and the other one on the back 100. But if the road is divided like a one-way traffic, you put all the 3 triangle on the back, 100, 10, 100, and 200. So that's the way you make sure you protect your vehicle and pull off the side of the road. So that's a safe thing to do. You have any question anymore?
I don't think so. It's all been covered.
Okay, if you think about it, keep in touch with us. This is Syed, CDL Safe Driving.